Welcome everybody. Ready to get back to racing here at the eSpeed Race League. Prepping for tonight's big event, round one in the returning eSpeed Stock Car Series event here at the historic Daytona International Speedway. We have some great drivers gearing up to run a 60-lap event here tonight. Should be fantastic. The eSpeed Race League. This is our third official season after the reboot. Running this season. Last year we did the ARCA car. This time we're coming back to the Xfinity car for the first time. Last two seasons were the ARCA car, so should shake things up a little bit. Last season we had awesome racing with Brandon Sheffield closing out the championship, our second champion of our young league career, and this year, previous season before that, Chris Carroll. Both those guys in this field here tonight, running once again, tried to repeat. We also have a strong contingency of other drivers out there that will hit throughout tonight, kind of touch base on some top contenders for the season. Our season this year, for the summer fall, is going to be a 10-week series, one drop week, starting here with Daytona. Then we go to Nashville Super Speedway, Legacy Atlanta, Iowa, Pocono, Chicagoland, Road America, Nashville Fairgrounds, Darlington, and then rounding out the season at the Kansas Speedway. Qualifying is currently underway right now. Tom Albermitis at the top of the leaderboard in the number 92. This is going to be his first season with us at the Speedway. Oh, he gets leapfrogged by Jaden Hopp, returning contender for that top spot. But going back, Tom Albermitis, iRacing employee, jumping in this season to race with us, see how many he'll be doing in the league. But always good to have him. Always promotes the iRacing community as part of not as part of his job, but in addition to. So really happy to have him out here. We got some returning veterans. Good to see Derek Whitford, currently fourth on the grid. Another contender each season, has finished in the top 5 in points the first 2 seasons. Luke Doran here for his second season just jumps up to third in the number 5 car. We'll take a look at that here shortly. We got great things this season, not only with the Stock Car Series, but we're currently kicking the tires on a new series that's going to be on Thursday nights. That is going to be the eSpeed Late Model Stock Car Tour, running the asphalt late model, currently working out the different formats and stuff like that we're going to be going with for this season in that series. So should be interesting to see how that develops. We're targeting August 25th, I believe, as the first race of the season. But this Thursday and next Thursday, in hosted sessions, we're going to be having some hosted races to test out the format, recruit new drivers. If you're interested, check out our website. I'll throw it. It's on the title page here, eSpeedRCNG.com. You'll find all the information, calendar dates, and more there. So if you are interested, go there, join the Discord. We have news, league news, different things like that. You can find us on all the social medias, either at eSpeed Racing or eSpeed RCNG, and everything. We are ready to get fired up, it looks like, as our field is set. We will kick over 1 second to our starting lineup.
Boys, check your steering ratios. They change.
Jaden Hopp is your pole sitter in that number 4 car. We'll try to get back to our camera here momentarily. There we go. Number 4 in that Toyota TRD machine. That is Jaden Hopp, your pole sitter. On the outside, row 1.
He was the one that caught it.
The 92 of Tom Abramitis. In the number 5, that high side racing machine. That is Luke Doran. In the 78 Purina car, That is Andrew Griesbaum. Andrew here for the 3rd consecutive season, so good to see him out. In the number 44 machine, Cool Breeze Racing, that is Derek Whitford. In the 85, that is David Shively. In the 79, Alan Wilson III. On the outside row, Edward Kane. Edward Kane, CPA. Check him out for all your tax needs. Starting out, or inside row 5, that is the 24 car of Dan Ursel. And on the outside row, USAFirearms.com, that's Brian Zimmerman in the 28, longtime supporter of the league. Check them out there. In the number 9 machine, that is Lauren Shaughnessy, longtime contender here in the eSpeed Race League. So a lot of these guys repeats, glad to have them back out. Brian Zilbeski, got to talk about him, Neon Tiger on Twitch. Check him, he's a good follow. Does all the right iRacings and stuff. He'll start in the 12th position. Starting 13th, that's Brian Dobson in the Jason Allgaier, number 7. On the outside, that's past champion, number 99. That is Chris Carroll. On the inside row, the Lordco Auto Parts machine, number 87. That is Brad Ward. He's a contender tonight. Returning to the league, the 74 Gatorade car. That is Alex Harris. That is your top 15. We'll catch up with the rest of the field throughout the night. Looks like some notables. Number is starting 17th. That is Brandon Sheffield, our past champion. He'll be starting deep in the field, so we'll keep an eye on him, see how he does throughout the night. As our field gets lined up for 60 laps here at Daytona. Should be a fantastic race. Appreciate you all tuning in for race 1 of the eSpeed Summer Fall season. Hopefully we can get this set off with a bang. We got
Chris,
24.
pretty big name on the quarter panel there, bud.
24 vehicles here. You'll get to hear all the radioactive racetrack. So we'll be able to hear all them and all their shenanigans. All right, pace car lights are off. Field is set. Jaden Hopp in the number 4 is leading him down to the line. He'll have the control of the start rule here. Starts and restarts are on leader. As the field makes their way through turn 4. To kick this one off, 60 laps here at Daytona. Should be mayhem. Pace car peels off.
Green, green, green.
And we're going racing. Jaden Hopp off to a good start. The 92 on the outside row having some issues stacking up the field. You see the 800 of Brian Zilbeski, Chris Carroll all jumping to the inside line. Tom Abramites did not get going there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's going to shuffle it up a little bit. As the field heads down the backstretch. We'll pick them up going into turn 3. That is Jaden Hopp, your leader. Alan Wilson on the outside. Already talk of some damage out there.
It kind of looks like there's a little bit of nose damage.
Maybe some bumping early on, as the 92 didn't quite get fired off there on the outside line. Not exactly sure what happened. We'll have to check in. One of our in-race reporters. Turn that down a little bit. The car's blowing the speakers. Alan Wilson nudges ahead. His teammates are all right there in the top 3. High Side Racing, or Motorsports. Alan Wilson in the 79. Lawrence Shaughnessy in the 9. Luke Doran in the 5. Those are all teammates there controlling the front. Jaden Hopp is actually one of their teammates in another league, but I don't think he's officially a part of their regular iRacing team, but those guys have all worked together, and right now, controlling the top 4 positions, both the top and bottom rows. They're going to try and control this thing from the start, so we'll keep an eye on that. They're going to be tested by the 92 of Tom Abramias and the 44 of Derek Whitford. They're setting in the 3rd row of this tandem pack. Already you can kind of see some interesting strategies. Some cars are hanging back, letting these top 6 just kind of run side by side here. The 24 car, Dan Ursel, kind of sitting wedged in between the 2 packs. A little bit of a breakaway between the front 6 as well as the rest of the field there. As we are 4 laps into this, you can see the team strategy at play. Highside Motorsports, they're at the very front, controlling this thing. Lauren Shaughnessy kind of ducks a little bit low, gets a little out of sorts. That 2nd pack is now making its way up. As you can see, the 78 of Andrew Griesbaum, the 00 of Brian Zalbeski, the 7 of Brian Dobson, David Shively. All those cars inching their way up to the main pack. As we have, we got a car out of sorts. Alan Wilson was running 2nd. He ends up a little out of sorts. Highside now taking the top 3 spots in that top row with Jaden Hopp and Derek Whitford in the 44 down below. Jaden Hopp in the number 4 car has been controlling it since taking the pole, but they are pushing ahead. Highside Motorsports is pushing ahead with Luke Doran trying to take that 1st position as they come down to complete lap 5. Whoa, almost a door slam there down the middle in the tri-oval. The 44 and the 79 getting precariously close. Hey, thank you there for the follow. Appreciate it.
I'm just riding here.
Precariously close between the 79 and the 44 there. That
Here, Chris.
big wreck, you can already hear some of the drivers getting a little antsy.
Is my middle name.
As we got some close racing early on in this one. Nobody's really playing it safe, except for a handful. Highside Motorsports on that outside, the top 3 cars, or the 3 cars on the top row. The 5 of Luke Doran, the 79 of Alan Wilson, the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy trying to pull ahead of the 4 of Gene Hopp and the 44 of Derek Whitford. Big push on there on the outside. One thing with these Xfinity cars, not a ton of downforce. You can see them start to wobble. As the tires start to wear off, they're going to start to lose grip. So that's going to make this side-by-side racing a little sketchy as this race goes on and that fuel burns off. So that's going to make things a bit interesting. Good action out front. Other cars up here in this main pack. Well, we'll stick with this top 2 as Luke Doran pushes out ahead just a little bit, but looks like Jane Hopp's going to get that run on the bottom side. Other cars in this main pack joining the 20. That purple and white FedEx machine, that's Steven Gibson. Steven Gibson, a longtime league member, very fast about everywhere we go. Actually just won the late model stock car recruitment race last Thursday night, so he's on a bit of a roll here tonight. Coming into this thing, you can see the 44 having troubles holding it behind Jaden Hopp in the 4. The 44 pushing up a little bit. Probably a little bit of an arrow push through the corners. That is going to allow Luke Doran to surge out ahead. We'll see if he decides to come down. Looked like Alan Wilson was kind of thinking about it there for a moment. Highside Motorsports, I think Luke's trying to get the rest of his teammates out in front so they can hold those top positions. One thing about it with these top 2 cars really pushing as hard as they are, that is going to eat up more fuel, more so than the people behind them. I expect we'll see pit stops somewhere around lap 37 to 42, somewhere in that 5-lap window, depending on how people are able to save fuel, coast in the draft, different things of that nature. You can really see the strategies lining up. You got probably about the top, 15 or so, just side by side here, racing hard, and then you got the rest of the group kind of strung out, biding their time, waiting for the inevitable big one, as we are already completing lap 9 on to lap 10. Always exciting racing here at Daytona. We'll, you know, I'm going to give it the commentator's curse. I'm going to say things have calmed down. We're going to take a little bit look through the back of the field at some drivers we haven't mentioned so far. As you see, the 85 Miller Genuine Draft Machine of David Shively currently running 9th. There's that 20 machine of Stephen Gibson we were just talking about. Brian Dobson in the 7, newcomer to the league, so glad to have him out. He's running strong in 11th. That's behind them. You got Team GDR forming up. The 87 of Brad Ward, the 10 of Ed Kane, the 86 of Jason Jackson. Those are teammates right there, ones to watch. We'll have to keep an eye on and see how their strategy goes. From there on, start to get some single file cars here. Trying to wait out maybe some instants and stuff. The 00, Brian Zaldeski. Our past champion, Chris Carroll, in that number 99 machine. The 6 of Brian Traeger. The 74 of Alex C. Harris. The 28 of Brian Zimmerman, currently running 19th. Little brother Robbie Harpins in 20th in the 11 machine. Team GDR driver, Civil Tech Mustang. That is Nick Barise. And then Larry Bell. Oh, bit of a thing to point out. We have lost our past champion. He's still alive, but just not in this race. Looks like Brand Sheffield had to come down the pits. He is currently shown 6 laps down. Ended up shuffled out. Pitted on lap 1, so not really sure what happened. And he's in danger of going another lap down. So already trouble for our past champion, Brandon Sheffield. Here tonight, we'll have to keep an eye on that. He's going to pose a problem for these front group as they approach him as a lap car. We'll try and get an idea. He is going through the tri-oval right now. And there is your leader. So here in the next couple laps, they're going to have to deal with him. That's going to shuffle things up. So not sure what happened. Brand might have gotten a little bit of damage from that checkup early on when the outside road didn't quite get going. So we'll have to see how that shakes up. Brand probably just at this point making as many laps as he can to stay in this thing. Hopefully that some drivers fall out due to caution and whatnot, and hopefully salvage as many positions as possible. But Brand Sheffield in the 96, our past champion, not starting the season out well. We'll keep an eye on that as our drivers are completing lap 13 this time by. Jaden Hopp and Luke Doran continue to swap the lead out here out front. We've got word our lap car, past champion Brand Sheffield, is going to stick to the wall. It's still kind of going to be a precarious situation considering, as you can see, the 96 car right there out front. These cars have little grip. Here they come. They are approaching the lap car, exiting turn 4. Coming down the straightaway. This is about the best place they could catch Brandon. So good timing there. We'll have to keep an eye out, just make sure they get cycled past him. I'm sure Brandon will join the draft here, or at least attempt to. Our field does a great job of sorting through there, but that also allows Jaden Happ to get out in front a little bit, maybe lead some additional laps. We do have bonus points for leading the most laps, as well as lap led. So right now, Luke Dorr and Jaden Hopp, those are the two that have been controlling it so far. great racing here tonight. Still a ways away from pit stops. I don't know how these drivers are handling running side by side at these speeds here at Daytona, especially in a low downforce car like the Xfinity car. Luke Doran again surges out in front, but does not appear to be in any hurry to move down to that bottom line. He's got his teammates Alan Wilson in the 79, Lauren Shaughnessy in the 9, pushing him down the backstretch. Great racing here tonight. Should be exciting all season long. Got some great drivers. Oh, Derek Whitford making the move to the outside, blocking off Highside. Highside started to fade back just enough. That's going to allow Derek Whitford to surge out in front, and he's going to lead that lap. So great move by Derek Whitford in the 44. You can catch him on Twitch how he dives down to the bottom. He's got to watch it. He's going to build himself too much of a lead. That's going to allow the 4 of Jaden Hopp to possibly get a run. Really, that's going to slow down that bottom lane. This might be what Highside Motorsports needs to get all 3 cars out in front. They're really pushing tough. Alan Wilson with a big old shove on Luke Doran down the backstretch. Not quite enough to clear the 44 of Derek Whitford. Derek kind of hurt that bottom line by getting out in front as far as he did. That allowed the rest of the cars to get a bit of a run on him as we jump on board the 44 of Derek Whitford. Try to jump out back of the pack. This is the 4 of Jaden Hopp as they exit turn 2 on lap 18 right now. Luke Doran gets a push from Alan Wilson down the backstretch. Still, we stay in about the same double wide formation as we've been all day. The players have changed a little bit. Jaden Hopp, your pole sitter, just lost that front spot on the bottom position. It's like Luke Doran's gonna possibly eke out this lap. Get another lap led that time by. Well, again, good run for that bottom row. They just don't have everybody connected quite. It's like Andrew Griesbaum, 78. That's gonna... Both lines losing a little formation. Looks like Ed Kane's making some moves. He moves up into that top line. A little bit of shuffling there on the bottom row. Looked like Derek Whitford lost a little momentum. That brought Jaden Hopp back to Dan Ursel in that 24 machine. But now, Ed Kane, 4th car, that 10 machine, the 4th car in that top row has moved up slowly through the field, and he's going for it right now. Trying to get up there and break that Highside Motorsports logjam up in the top row. We'll have to keep an eye on that. As now they're a little bit of shuffle. Derek Whitford goes up to the top row to block. That top row's gonna get slowed down just a little bit as we are on lap 20. Oh, and Derek Whitford making the moves up and down pretty early for some daring maneuvers like that. Getting ready to close out lap 20. He's trying to control both lanes. As we start lap 21, there's still about 15 or so to go from pit stops. That top row now surges with some momentum, but still not enough push to get Luke Doran clear of the 44 machine. One thing to point out, the bottom row having some difficulties. I think that gap between the 4 and the 24 kind of affecting things to get that bottom row clear of the top row. You know, a little more working together between Dan Ursel and Jaden Hopp might help eliminate the run of that top row, but they just cannot get it together. Jaden and Derek get a bit of a surge, but they build up a little bit of space between them and the 24, and that ends up sucking them back and giving that top row a bit of a run it needs to continue to try to gain laps as the race goes on. As you can see, that gap between the 4 and the 24, we'll keep an eye on that. But that's kind of biggest thing that's keeping this a tandem fight. That top row has good formation between 5, the 79, the 9, and the 10. Staying close together, but just does not have the momentum to clear. And it seems like Highside Motorsports does not want that bottom row unless they can clear all of their drivers to control the front of this pack. Big shove from the 79 onto the 5 right there. On lap 23 of 60, nearing halfway. As you can see, our field, everybody's in this thing so far. Only one car laps down. That's our past champion, Brandon Sheffield. Had some unfortunate luck, had to pit early on lap 1. Possibly collected up some damage from that earlier shuffle. Our outside pole sitter, Tom Abramitis, had some difficulty getting up and going. May have affected things, caused a little bit of damage on the 96, which could have been an issue. Derek Whitford now surging out a little bit in front. Last time he had this big of a lead, we saw him trying going top to bottom to block some momentum. Not going to be able to do it this time, as the 5 of Luke Doran stays door to door with Derek Whitford down the front stretch, pushing ahead a little bit into the corner. As you get a feel for the speed that they're pulling here at the virtual Daytona International Speedway. Ten of Edward Kane getting a little pushy there behind Lawrence Shaughnessy. Trying to get that top row organized and pushed out ahead. You can also see the 85 of David Shively right there on the outside row. The 87, Lordco Auto Parts. That is Brad Ward. He'll be a contender this season. Running really well already in the 10th position. Starting out this season with the wild card here at Daytona. Always a fun one to start with on the season. First race of the new league season, 10 races. I know some of our drivers are not wanting Daytona to be their drop week. So far it's been clean, double-filed racing so far, but you can really see as the tires are wearing, the fuel is burning off. You can see these cars start to really dance around. Oh, a little bit of a connection issue there with Jaden Hopp in the 4. That could check up that bottom row. You can see Brad Ward ducking to the inside. Got to keep an eye on that. Connection issues really are not great anywhere, but they really cause mayhem here at the super speedways. Because, you know, the way it works, I mean, it's basically you're taking a car in the middle of the draft, removing it, all that air that was built up, somebody on your tail, somebody providing draft, that's disappeared. It's instantaneous. You're getting all that that gap of air right there really can kill a momentum of a line, can cause some real issues. So we'll have to keep an eye on the connection issues with the number 4. Doesn't look like it's anything systemic, just a one-time blip, but again, can cause problems. We'll have to see what the strategy shakes out as well as we're nearing halfway. Do we have some drivers that duck in early? I mean, if they pit right now, they would be able to make it the rest of the way, I believe. Seemed like about 37 laps. 37 37 to 42 laps was the length these cars could go on fuel. We haven't had anybody, a group of drivers pit. Teammates in this are going to be big if we're going to get to green flag stops. So far, it looks like that might be the case. Highside Motorsports right now formed together in that outside road, the 5, the 79, and the 9. We'll have to see who else is paired up. See the 10 and the 87, those two are teammates with Team GDR. That's Edward Kane in the 10, the 87 of Brad Ward. As we near the rest of their teammates, though, that's a 5-pack team. Brian Sheffield, though, right now is out of it, the past champion. He is about 6 laps down. Other teammates, Jason Jackson, he finds himself in the back of the field in 17th. Taking a look, I think Nick Barris, he is back there as well. Currently just playing it safe. Whoa, big bobble from the 79. Again, that top row is getting more and more treacherous. Really tough to hold up there. And looks like Andrew Griesbaum shooting the middle. Brad Ward thought about it as well. Ah, appreciate it there, Purple Dragon. Appreciate the commentary, man. Yeah, we try to promote as clean a racing as possible. You know, all that good stuff. So really appreciate the feedback on that. Here we are halfway. Luke Doran, the 5, the 44, Derek Whitford. These two have been controlling it for quite a while here. Double file, Jaden Hopp, your pole sitter in the 4 car. This is how it's been, but you see some shuffling. We may be gearing up for some pit fuel stops. The Ed Kane, Brad Ward, trying to situate each other down in that bottom row. They may be gearing up to get back to their teammates. That allows the 78 of Andrew Griesbaum. We haven't talked about him for a while to pull up into the lead pack, as well as the number 20 FedEx machine. That is Steven Gibson. And, you know, a couple cars that have been here at the front, but we haven't talked much about 24 of Dan Ursel and iRacing's own Tom Abramitis in the 92. They've been right here in the top 10 the whole race, biding their time in the bottom row. But you can really see cars are single filing out as they are gearing up for what I believe will be green flag pit stops. So far, so good in this one, as we have 28 to go in the 60 lap race here tonight. Round 1 of the summer fall eSpeed racing season. Again, it's been Cool Breeze Racing. Derek Whitford, number 44 out front, battling Luke Doran in the 5. Highside Motorsports, as you can see, they have 3 cars there situated in the top 5 on that high side. Might not just be a clever name, it might be their mantra here tonight, because they have been controlling that outside row from the get-go. The 5 of Luke Doran, the 79 of Alan Wilson III, the number 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. They have sat there in the top 3 spots on the high side, making sure they are right there together as we near those green flag stops, unless we get some shenanigans, which can always happen here at a super speedway. Seems like these drivers are going to push the fuel window all the way to its max. Now, one thing to talk about, the 44 and the 5 have been out front the whole time, so they have not had the opportunity to save fuel. compared to some of maybe their teammates. Oh, Luke Doran finally makes the move down to the bottom row. He is going to let his teammates, so Highside Motorsports now controls the front 2 spots. Luke Doran and Alan Wilson as we near the green flag pit stops. Bit of strategy there. I was just saying Derek Whitford and Luke Doran have been out front since the beginning, so no real fuel savings there. That could maybe affect at what point they come in, as long with their teammates. You gotta have at these plate tracks, you gotta have friends to come into the pits with, as we gotta be nearing that. Oh, you see the number 9 a little out of sorts down the backstretch. Now the 79 gets pushed ahead. He's gonna duck in front of his teammate of the 5. That's gonna really affect that top row. As you see Lawrence Shaughnessy, Steven Gibson, they are now fading fast. Oh, we got our first ones to pit road. That is the 5 Team GDR cars. That's the number 10, Ed Kane. The 87 of Brad Ward. The 96 of Brian Sheffield. The 66 of Nick Barese and the 86 of Jason Jackson. They're the first of our drivers to hit pit road. Let's see if that brings down the rest of the field, as we have Highside Motorsports controlling the top 3 positions. They're not going to be able to just duck down pit road being in front of the pack like this, so they're going to be kind of affected by the dynamics of where they've put themselves, and those 3 cars need to come down together. We'll see if anybody else pulls off. Does not look. Oh, here we got a contingency. The rest of the field comes in. That's your past champion, the 99 of Chris Carroll, the 6 of Brian Traeger, Brian Zalbeski in the 00, Alex C. Harris in the 74, Brian Zimmerman, the 28, the 43 of Larry Bell, and the 11 of Robbie Harpence. So our second contingency to jump down pit road. So the back half of the field has made their way down. We'll have to keep an eye on how the rest of the field cycles out. So far it seems like smooth sailing for each of these groups. Looking at the gap, it looks like Team GDR was able to orchestrate their pit stops correctly. We'll see if that's going to be able to cycle them out to the lead. Nobody coming down this time by. We'll duck back and try to take a look at how these packs are forming. As you can see, the second contingent having a little bit of a struggle getting lined up. Chris Carroll got a little bit of a lead. Brian Zimmerman, that's going to allow this group, as you can see, Edward Kane, Team GDR, very organized, very put together. That's going to let them surge on past. As you can see, a couple cars that got split out from the group, the 11 of Robbie Harpence, Brian Zalbeski, they're going to fall off the lead lap, or at least fall off pace. As you can see, this group right here, Team GDR, they're going to be able to really pick up momentum on this other group that got out in front of them. We'll try to catch up with our leaders. Our leaders still have not pitted. They are stretching this one as far as they can go. Usually that comes to the benefit at plate tracks of the cars that pitted earlier. You have the 79 of Alan Wilson out in front. Currently 38 seconds ahead of our drivers that have already pitted. Oh, caution is out. Well, that's gonna shuffle everything up as we try to find what happened. Not sure what caused the caution there. Very interesting circumstances. We are going to take a moment and try to figure out what happened there.
Checking out the base now.
Trying to find what caused the caution. And not exactly sure. Very odd circumstances.
Sorry about that, guys. It was either spin out or kill something.
Oh, I think we got word. It was the 10 car of Ed Kane. We'll try and find that. Hey, folks, I didn't mean to throw myself on the thing. We'll try to circle back and figure out what happened to Mr. Kane on that one, as he does, in fact, have some front-end damage. Ooh, we actually had a pretty big... All right, let's take a look at this. You can see the 10 car of Ed Kane right there, coming through the tri-oval. Gets a bad bump from his teammate Brett Ward. That causes the field to check up. And then our past champions, Chris Carroll and Brian Sheffield, collect each other, as well as Brad Ward, the 87. So that's what happened on that one. Unfortunate to see our champions having issues there. As our field cycles out, some cars did go ahead and pit. As we have completed, well, we are working on lap 41 of 60 right now. Brian Zimmerman, shown as your leader, he pitted. Chris Carroll, you saw involved in that incident. He is back up and going. He will be in second. Alex Harris will shift into the third spot this time by. And you got Brian Traeger, Larry Bell, the 87 of Brad Ward. I believe, unless we have cars taking the wave around, we actually need to see how this sorts up this time by. I believe Zimmerman should cycle to the front. Yes, he will. So, and we are already one to go. We'll have to keep an eye on Chris Carroll. He should have taken some major damage. So far, it looks like his car is fine. He went for a heck of a spin. Larry Bell, Brad Ward. So this is going to really mix things up. Brian Zimmerman, who, again, this group pitted just before then. Our previous leaders, so Alan Wilson, our previous leader, cycled back to 13. Luke Doran, 12. Derek Whitford. They're going to all have to make their way up through the field in what will be a 19-lap shootout. 18-lap shootout. So things will get interesting. The temperature just got boiled, or turned up to boiling. And you have one thing to point out: if you want anybody out behind you pushing, it might be that guy, Alexi Harris, the veteran, very good at plate races, heck of a pusher. So Zimmy, he's from the Talladega area. He knows super speedways well. This might be the tandem to get the job done. As we get ready, the pace car will pull off. Brian Zimmerman controls the start. Past champion Chris Carroll on his outside. Bit of a gap here on the start, and we're going. Alex Harris is not right on the back bumper of Brian Zimmerman. That's going to affect the start. Coming here to the backstretch, Brian Traeger in the 6, Chris Carroll in the 99. But I think there's a bit of damage maybe we are not getting as it's a drag race down the backstretch. Traeger pushing in the 6 as hard as possible. I think there's a bit of damage on that 99 machine because the way the 74 and the 28 were lined up, it didn't appear that they would get much of a restart. Didn't have a really good strong push. Yeah, I believe there's some serious damage on that 99 machine. It doesn't help that the 87 also has a bit of a damage. That 6 car is kind of on his own there, trying to make that top line work as much as possible. That is really stacking up. This is a recipe for disaster. And really, nobody's getting going very well up here up front. Nobody's able to separate. Congestion all around. As the 28 of Brian Zimmerman currently controlling things. Here as we get ready to complete lap 44 on to lap 45, 16 to go. USAFirearms.com 28 drifts up slightly. You gotta watch that. That could open the door for somebody to sneak in, making 3 wide. Gotta be wary of that if you're Brian Zimmerman. As our field comes down to the backstretch, doesn't look like they've even changed things up from... Oh, we got a car making a strong move. That's the 4 of Jaden Hopp, making it 3 wide on his own on the outside. Chris Carroll goes up to block. That's going to put Brian Traeger in the sucker hole. Oh, maybe not. Jaden Hopp's still on the outside by himself. Now he's got a friend, Brad Ward, going to the outside. He thinks better of it, ducks back into the inside. Jaden Hopp has no more momentum. We'll have to see how this works out. See if that third row forms up as they go into lap 1. Oh, we got car. Oh, sorry, guys. Car, Alex Harris hit the apron. That's going to shuffle things up even more. That bottom lane, Brian Zimmerman doesn't have any friends. That's going to let the 99 of Chris Carroll surge out in front. Oh, Traeger with the bobble. He's trying to contend in the middle. Jaden Hopp hanging strong there on the outside. Again, getting shaky up here up front. Exciting racing now. Brian Zimmerman getting a strong push from Brad Ward. Brad Ward sneaks his way down to the bottom line. Oh, Zimmerman pushes up. Scary circumstance there as Chris Carroll was right there. Big push from the 87, but the 99 is getting a run down the backstretch. The 6 of Brian Traeger right on his tail. See what these cars can do going into 3. Nothing much there. Zimmy looks like he's going to control this lap. As they come down the front stretch, Zimmy's going to surge ahead with the push from that 87 of Brad Ward. As we are again side by side all the way through the field. Highside Motorsports hasn't been able to make much of a move to the front after getting shuffled out due to that untimely caution. Oh, we got a car down on the apron. That looks to be Nick Baris. Not sure if he... Yeah, it looks like he is just going for safety. Try to get back up through the field to our leaders. As Brian Zimmerman again controls the lead. The A51 USA Firearms machine. Got good friend Chris Carroll. Those two work together quite frequently on the outside. Really amazed that the 99 and the 87, for as big of a hit as they took in that previous caution, how well those two cars are going. But a bit of a gap there between the 74 and the 87. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That could affect things going down the backstretch, as the 87 is trying to give a big shove to the 28. try to maintain those positions as we will get 10 to go, this time by. One caution here tonight, right in the middle of green flag pit stops. As you can see, double wide all the way through the field. I think if you're a car in the back of the pack, you are going to have to push this 3 wide somewhere if you want to get momentum. And you know what that's going to bring? A big wreck. So we will keep our eyes peeled for any shenanigans. So far, our drivers looking as skilled as can be have kept it clean, but I might have just gave it the commentator's curse as we are getting ready to complete lap 50 on to lap 51. Brian Zimmerman has controlled it from the restart. He would love to get a win here at the Super Speedway. He's been on a bit of a hot streak as well. He won one of our recruitment races this at Texas a couple weeks ago. So he has been hot. It's either Texas or Charlotte. Can't remember which one. So Zimby's trying to run that wave of momentum to possibly another win here tonight in the eSpeed Stock Car Series, race 1 of 10 in the summer-fall season. Again, Brian Zimmerman in the 28, the 99 of Chris Carroll on the outside row, the 87 of Brad Ward. You also have Brian Traeger in the 6, Alex Harris in the 74.
Pushing the pusher.
As the laps are winding down, one group you gotta be thinking of, Highside Motorsports. They were controlling this thing at the start. Due to the way the caution came out, they got caught out still on the track, which meant, oh, we got some shuffling. Maybe somebody trying to make it 3 wide, maybe not. Highside Motorsports, they were big contenders. Derek Whitford also led very early on. Right now, they have had difficulty moving back up through the field. Right now, our furthest up would be Luke Doran. He's sitting in 10th in that 5 car. Still within striking distance, but still it is go time, and we haven't seen much go. We do have 2 green-white checker finishes if we do get a caution here in the late stages. Brian Zimmerman, the man out in front in that 28 machine, been drag racing Chris Carroll the last few laps in that 99. These guys keeping it orderly until we go for it at the finish. Really great racing here. I am fully expecting somebody to throw it 3 wide at some point. We saw Gene Hawk do it when he got a run. Couldn't quite close out the deal. Again, you can see these cars peeking, wobbling in and out, looking for a gap. It's one tough thing with these Xfinity cars, with this package, low downforce. These cars already have a wobble, and if you're trying to make moves and shift around, that's going to just make it a little more difficult to try and find a hole to get your way up. Oh, big bobble from the 6. He's still tail wagging. He's going to keep his momentum, but the 28 is going to surge out ahead a little bit. The 4 now looking to the outside. As we are on lap 55, 6 to go. It's going to be go time for some of these cars. Brian Zimmerman, Chris Carroll, Brad Ward are your top 3. The 28, the 99, the 87. This race has been side by side since lap 1. With minimal damage. Again, only 1 caution here tonight. Came at lap 39 in the midst of green flag pit stops. Really shuffled the running order. That put Brian Zimmerman and Chris Carroll on the front. Really, Chris Carroll and the 87 of Brad Ward were involved in that wreck. Kind of shocked the running as well as they are, as they had what appeared to be pretty significant damage, or took a significant hit. But you find them up front here tonight. Again, 5 to go. We are gearing to the end of this thing. Great racing. That's pretty much our lead pack. There's a small group towards the back of the pack, but they may be waiting for that inevitable big one. Try to capitalize, because right now it is a parking lot from about first to, about 17th. That is our main pack. Lap 57. The pressure is mounting. Nobody is pulling the trigger yet as our cars fan down the backstretch. The top two still Chris Carroll and Brian Zimmerman. Great racing here tonight. Brian Zimmerman, doing everything he can. Try to come up. Him and Chris Carroll swapping the lead back and forth several times. Looks like Chris Carroll might be backing things up to get a run to try and push himself out in front of the 28. He backed himself back to Brian Traeger. They don't appear to have the momentum yet, but they might try to gain it down this backstretch as we are 3 to go. Just no momentum yet. Zimmy's still edging out in front. Traeger does give a shot down the backstretch. Not enough to do it as we get ready for 2 to go this time by. Again, once that white flag comes out, this is an official race. Next flag ends it. So 2 to go. If people are going to make their move, they need to do it now. As they come down the backstretch, Brian Zimmerman, Chris Carroll still stacked up. Nobody making it 3 wide just yet. As you can see, the 28, they're out in front. Oh, we got our wreck. There's our wreck. And that's going to set up a green-white checker. Oh, the 44 with big damage. There's the 7 of Brian Dobson. You know it was inevitable. Oh, looks like the 24 of Dan Ursul's in it. The 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. Oh, Steven Gibson with big damage. Whole front clip knocked off that number 20 Toyota. You knew it was inevitable that we would have a big caution at some point. Somebody would go for it. And that's what seems to have happened here. We're going to go to the replay.
Okay,
Try to figure out what happened with that. Looks like maybe the 4 of Jaden Hopp involved. One moment as we get things squared away here. So as you see, the 4 down the backstretch, look to the outside. Traeger with the block, puts him in the wall. And he gets Larry Bell, Tom Abramitis, Andrew Griesbaum, Derek Whitford. So a block by Brian Traeger when Jaden Hopp jumped to the outside, put Jaden Hopp into the wall. And that collected quite a few in the field. There you see the damage on Griesbaum. We did have a handful of cars that were riding in the back. Larry Bell with big damage. Unfortunate to see. Hard racing there. As we get ourselves back to situated here.
Lucky dog on the outside. Woof woof.
Ed Kane will be the lucky dog this time by. That
Oh,
will
yeah.
put him back on the lead lap. As we will have a green-white checker. Brian Zimmerman is your leader.
How about your car, Ed?
Chris Carroll second. Brad Ward third. Brian Traeger fourth.
It looked a little smushed up when I was running behind.
Alex Harris
Able
fifth.
to keep up with that, so I think he's gonna
Tom
be okay.
Abramitis, you see a little bit of damage on the front of his iRacing Toyota. Luke Doran looks like he made it through clear. Try to get an eye. The 20 car is missing his front end, has not come down pit road. Nick Baris will be 11th. So several cars electing not to pit that time by, even though they have damage. As you see the 86 of Jason Jackson. Hey Brian, tough luck, but thanks for the feedback, man. We'll let him know. One of our drivers in chat there, Brian Dobson, unfortunately his night ended. The number 7 machine. Larry Bell, you see the front clip off the 43 machine. Tough wreck for a lot of these drivers. Sets up the green-white checker. And a drag race between our top 2 competitors, Brian Zimmerman and Chris Carroll. As we get the one to go again, only 2 green-white checkers. This will be the first one. Hopefully we don't have to use up the next one. We'll run through the field. Try to get on a good camera for that. So your leader, Brian Zimmerman in the 28. Chris Carroll in the 99. Then you have Brad Ward in the 87 Lordco Motorsports machine. On the outside of him is the 6 of Brian Traeger, the 74 of Alex Harris. A little bit of damage on the 92 iRacing Toyota. That's Tom Abramitis. Luke Doran was able to escape it. He set 7th in the 5 machine. And big damage on the 20. That's Steven Gibson. So we'll have to see how these damaged cars do on this restart. Sorry, folks. Bit of whiplash there. Trying to find a good camera for this restart. We'll go with this one. Here we go, folks. Brian Zimmerman controls the start. Chris Carroll on the outside. Pace car is off.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. Zimmerman chooses to go on green. This is our first of 2 green-white checkers. It's the Chris Carroll, Brian Zimmerman show. We'll see which of the 2 can drag race their way down the backstretch. Right now, Zimmy Edge is out in front. Chris Carroll right there. Who's going to be the better push? Right now, it's looking like Brad Ward. That top row is dissipating as there's only currently 3 cars. That's going to really hurt Chris Carroll's chances. Brian Traeger already, you see Tom Abramitis is falling back. That could open things up for Brad Ward to make a move. Right now, Chris Carroll door to door with him as we get the white flag. This time Brian Zimmerman with the lead as they enter in turn 1. Oh, Zimmerman gets turned. Brad Ward goes up the apron, back up. Harris goes around. Oh, it falls apart. Not sure what happened there. Chris Carroll is out in front. Traeger jumps to the outside to try and get a run. It's going to be a drag race between this front four. Brian Traeger, Chris Carroll, the 6 and the 99, the 92 right there, trying to push it as they come down the front stretch to the checkered flag. It is going to be a photo finish, and it is Chris Carroll, Season 1 champion in the 99 machine, gets the win in a neck-and-neck battle with the 6 car. Brian Traeger, wow, big race there. The 5 of Luke Doran, he will come out third, and the 92 of Tom Abramitis. All right, we are going to watch our race winner celebrate. Try to get kicked off for interviews as well as our demo derby. Hold on tight, folks. All right, folks. Our race winner, Chris Carroll, with the donuts. We will interview him momentarily. Great shot there as the 99 Pit Lizard Performance Nexus Race Team, Chris Carroll, gets to celebrate his donuts. We will pull him into the Discord. Chris Carroll, congrats, great win. How you feeling?
I was feeling like I had no chance through that whole thing at the end when it broke out, Rocky. I am a bit shocked that I was able to do that and get my nose out front. When that wreck happened, I lost all of my help, and I figured that top lane was going to get me. So I'm feeling pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you definitely got the lucky draw on that. It did look like that top lane was going to dissipate. There was only 3 of you fighting on the outside, but looked like a bad bump between Brad Ward and Brian Zimmerman. Got you lucky. How did you feel with that in the back mirror, and then have to turn your attentions to fighting Brian Traeger?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Traeger helped me through that whole race. I owe Traeger a push. He never left my bumper the last 20 laps. I hope someone tells him the message, because I know he can't hear it, but I hope someone types him, and I'm gonna send him a message on Discord and thank him. He never left my bumper that whole time, so I owe Traeger one.
Yeah, I hear you. Now you had a bit of an up and down race. There was a bit of drama there. Green flag pit stops, or during green flag pit stops that caught you up into an incident. I thought you were gonna get knocked out of it based on the hit I saw. Give us your thoughts there mid-race. What happened?
I didn't see anything. I have no idea what you're talking about. I got in the pits in and out clean. I was the first one out. I don't think it was me.
Whoa, okay. Maybe I misspoke. I'll have to go back and take a look at it. I thought you were caught up in it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, when Ed Kane had his unfortunate circumstance, I'll have to take a look back at that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I think they might have. I was holding the bottom there, and I saw Ed wreck in my mirror. I didn't see what happened, if they stacked up behind me or how all that went down, but I did see that part of my mirror.
Oh, crazy. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to go back and take a look at that. Glad you missed it, but good race and everything like that. Now with the momentum of the race win, how you feeling about this season, possibly getting your second championship?
Well, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully I don't fall asleep this season, but yeah, I mean, I race Daytona for points. I don't race Daytona to win. I try and not have that my drop week. You never want to drop week early, and I race it for points, so that's a bonus for me to win and not have to drop it. So, I mean, I think it's an awesome start, and just try and carry it forward and get as best finish as I can. There's a lot of competition in this league, Rocky. There's a lot of real good guys, especially in this car. So, I can't complain about that.
Awesome, man. Well, any closing thoughts?
Well, I just want to thank you for putting it on. As soon as I get this PayPal sorted out, you'll have some money. But, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bummed that Zimmy and Larry had their problems. Alex is running with us there tonight, and he did real good too. So, bummed for those guys more than I'm excited for winning. I was hoping we could all get a good finish and a good start to points. But, I mean, it was a real good race. 2 cautions at Daytona. You really can't complain. And, you always run such a tight ship. And this league is awesome. There ain't too many cautions. There's a lot of great racing out here and a lot of good drivers that drive with respect. And it's one of the best leagues out there for anyone out there that wants to get into it. But, my only thoughts are awesome start to the season and wasn't expecting it. So pretty happy about it.
Awesome, Chris. Well, again, great job here tonight. Really appreciate you racing with us once again. We'll send you out. Again, great night for you.
Hey, thanks for having me, Rocky. Shout out to the Pit Lizard boys. They ran good tonight.
All right, man. We'll see you. All right, we will unfortunately not get to talk with the second place finisher, Brian Traeger. Again, what Chris Carroll referred to is deaf, so we won't be able to speak with him on the broadcast. But a great run for the driver of the number 6 Ford. We'll bring the third place finisher though, in Luke Doran, into the broadcast booth. Luke, you had a bit of an up and down race. Ended up turning out for a great finish. How you feeling?
Yeah, man, it's all right. I got lucky on that last lap and missed those wrecks. I hate my teammates got into some trouble near the end there. That caution didn't help us. We were up there in the top 5 and it cycled us back.
Yeah, you really got into an unfortunate circumstance there. Got caught. Drivers already pitting in the midst of green flag pit stops and way it cycled down. Give me your thoughts coming down to those last few laps, because we were basically 2 to go, and you were kind of stuck around that 10th position. What moves were you setting up if that thing went to checkers there to try and move yourself ahead?
Well, I mean, I was looking for a place to stick it 3 wide somewhere and get something done, but it was a 2-lane race, and anytime there was very little room to do anything. So, and these cars were so darty. And anytime somebody took it 3 wide, it pretty much caused those wrecks. So I was just riding, hoping something would happen, and it did.
No, for sure. You definitely caught a couple breaks. You had your dodgeball skills on point here tonight. Ended up running it down to a 3rd place. How is taking this momentum? How do you feel going into the rest of the season next week with Nashville Super Speedway?
It's a good start. Anytime you can race at a plate track and not be 20 points behind from the get-go is always good. And I like Nashville, and this car is great. It's probably the first or second best car on the service, in my opinion. So hopefully we can have a pretty good season.
For sure, man. Well, hopefully you carry that momentum into Nashville and do a great job there. Any closing thoughts?
Pretty clean race out there. A lot cleaner than I was expecting, looking at practice, how darty the cars were. Wish we had a couple teammates up there with us at the end, but like to thank you for putting on a broadcast for us, and everybody for coming out. 24, 25 cars is pretty good.
No, for sure. I appreciate you racing with us again. Look forward to seeing what you do next week, and we'll bid you good night there. Appreciate you racing.
All right, man. I appreciate it. See you later.
All right, great racing once again. Got to point out here for SR, Tom Albermitis almost killed the field in lap 1. Yeah, that looked a little shaky. Not sure what exactly happened there. So, yeah, Matt Holden, got to always shout out to him. He put together a heck of a set. We used the iRacing Open set here tonight. So, called for some great racing and everything. So, yeah, fantastic opening night for the league. I appreciate all our drivers who came out, raced with us tonight. Everybody who stuck around to the broadcast here to the end. I hope we put on a good show for you. If you want to check us out, here is the info on this season. We will be back here again. Our next broadcasted race is September 13th at Chicagoland. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to sign up, come race with us. There is our website. You can find all the information, join the Discord, sign up for the series and everything there. Thursday night, we will be having our second recruitment race for our Asphalt Late Model Stock Car Series. So check that out in hosted sessions. That kicks off at 8:30 Eastern. Should be some good racing there. You can find more information on our Discord and everything like that. But on that note, again, thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time, and we'll see you next time at the track.